Welcome, dear viewers, to Movie Snap World. Today, we're reviewing Anaconda 1997, a thrilling adventure where a film crew's journey deep into the Amazon turns into a deadly fight for survival. A monstrous snake, unexpected twists, and heart-pounding suspense. Stay tuned to witness the terror unfold. In the beginning of this story, we see a person named Jeff on his boat. He and his companions used to catch snakes and sell them. And at this time, these people were going to such a dangerous place to catch snakes, where it is believed that the place is cursed. There used to live the world's biggest, most dangerous crimson anaconda, which can easily prey on anything, even if it is anaconda just like it. Now these people reach their destination, and Jeff's captain demands more money from Jeff, because this was a very dangerous place. Here he and his boat were not safe. Jeff takes out the money and gives it to him, but this time, by mistake, the money fell down. When the captain picked up the money and stood up, Jeff suddenly stabbed his neck with his knife and killed him. With the same knife, Jeff then cut his throat and threw it into the river as if he was feeding someone. His other companions also saw this thing. Jeff tells them that he hates traitors. These people move forward and see a statue in the jungle. Such a statue on which there was carving of many snakes. And seeing this, Jeff says that the story of the Crimson Anaconda was true. On the other hand, Jeff's companions find a lot of snakes who were also very happy to see them. Soon they start filling them in their bags. On the other hand, Jeff takes out his gun in search of that big Crimson Anaconda. When one of these three companions came to put the bags full of snakes back in the boat, he saw that the headless corpse of his captain companion was standing in the water. He couldn't believe his eyes. Suddenly, the corpse sank into the water again, and something big thing started coming towards him. Getting scared, this man runs towards the jungle, but his attempt does not succeed because a big anaconda had now taken him in its clutches. Wrapped around him, he was going to eat him by breaking his bones. Suddenly the scene cuts, and we are shown to his other companion in the jungle. That companion suddenly saw something and got scared. Actually, he had seen the body of the same big anaconda crawling. As soon as that anaconda climbed a tree, it was clear to see his stomach that he had swallowed a human being. Before this man could save his life and run away, suddenly his companion's corpse hung in front of him, on which a strange liquid was applied, because the snake had now vomited him out from his mouth, throwing that first man in front of him. This snake now grabs this man in its clutches. With the tree attached, it also breaks its bones and then starts eating it. Far away, Jeff was quietly watching this whole scene and was very happy. Instead of saving his companions, he was standing as if everything was happening according to his will. Actually, he wanted to catch this anaconda. That's why he was going to make it unconscious with his shotgun. Suddenly, all the animals of the jungle start making noise. Hearing their voices, this anaconda runs away from here. The scene cuts, and on the other side, we see a man named Bailing who works in a circus with his companions. But due to the closure of this circus, he buys all the artists from the owner of this circus, because he wanted to take all these artists with him to Thailand and open a new circus there. These people also planned to go to Thailand via the river. And when these people were halfway, they find the way ahead closed by the wooden containers. Their captain wanted them to change their way, but this way, it would take them a lot of time to reach Thailand. Bailing threatens the captain that whatever happens, we have to reach Thailand on time because our show is there. I have taken advance money for it. If we don't do the show, then we will be ruined. In response, the captain says, then I have only one way that we blow all those things. With dynamite. Without knowing how big a threat they could face from their actions, these people burn all those containers. By doing this, their way was clear. But this blast rained a lot of snakes, which fell on their ship because all those containers were full of snakes. Out of fear, these people tried to hide somewhere. Well, many people were surrounded by snakes badly. Their companion Liang shows cleverness here, and through a pressure pipe, she succeeds in making the snakes fall from their ship. But because of the sudden collapse of the roof of the bathroom, a lot of snakes fall on Bailing, who was hiding in the bathroom. To escape from them, he jumps into the river and swimming reaches the shore, but his bad luck, a king cobra, was here to bite him. Before he could bite him, a man here keeps his foot on the snake and crushes it. This man was Jeff, who saved Bailing's life. That's why Bailing brings him on his ship. Jeff tells everyone that he is a wild explorer, and because of an accident, he got stuck here in the jungle. Here, suddenly one of his companions held his ear and started screaming loudly. Jeff goes close and looks at his ear closely. Then, putting a cut on his finger, he takes it to this boy's ear. And we see that suddenly a baby snake came out of his ear and bit Jeff's hand. And it didn't matter to Jeff at all that Snake had bit him. He picks up the snake and throws it into the water. Liang, who was standing here, had noticed all this. Liang herself was a snake expert. She knew that to get immune from the venom of a snake, a person has to put a lot of snake venom in his body. And she also tells this to Bailing and says, "I don't think this Jeff is a good person. See how the snake bit him, but nothing happened to him." On the other hand, Jeff meets the captain of this boat. He wanted the captain to take his boat to a place, according to his map. As soon as the captain hears about the place, he pulls out his gun and places it on Jeff and says, "If you talk about going there again, I will shoot you. Don't you know this? That place is cursed." That means the captain also knew about the Crimson Anaconda. After hearing all this, Jeff goes from there for now. But we see that as soon as he leaves, the fishing rod of the captain who was fishing here is suddenly pulled hard from below. Upon pulling it, the captain himself fell into the water. Actually, this trap was set by Jeff to catch the captain. He had trapped the captain in his trap, in the same trap in which he had to catch the anaconda. And the captain was being used as a bait for the anaconda. The captain's disappearance puts Liang in doubt. Liang knew that this will be Jeff's work. She asks Jeff where the captain is, but Jeff says that this is a jungle. It is common for humans to disappear here. Suddenly, they hear a rustle in the water. They ask, "What is this sound?" And Jeff says, "Something very big is going to come." Here, it is shown that in the depth of the river, a very large anaconda was moving towards Jeff's trap. Jeff's fishing rod pulls hard from below. As soon as he started folding, the anaconda appeared in front of them for a few seconds. Seeing such a big, so powerful anaconda, all of them got scared. The fishing rod that Jeff was holding, the anaconda pulled it hard and threw Jeff into the water with the same rope. He was sometimes throwing Jeff here and sometimes there. But Jeff was not going to give up. He swims and goes to a small ship which was floating in the river to save himself. He tied the fishing rod with this ship, and now to save his life, he attacks this anaconda's body in the water with a pointed rod. This attack did not kill Anaconda, but it did hurt him and made him angry. In the anger, Anaconda picks up Jeff's small boat and takes it to the river bank, and after a second, showing his full speed, Anaconda clutches Jeff along with the boat in its grip. Bailing's all companions of the circuses were watching this scene standing far away. They thought that Jeff was dead now, but the next moment, Jeff had come to their ship by swimming. They were all shocked looking at him, while Jeff was now searching for Anaconda in the water. He did not know that Anaconda was now on the roof of his ship behind him, which the next moment, in front of all of them, it spits out the captain's body. The people in front of whom Anaconda spat out the captain's body, getting scared, run away from here and hide in a bathroom, and Anaconda runs speedily after them to kill them. These people close the door and stop Anaconda with great difficulty. And from the outside, Jeff attacks Anaconda once again with a pointed weapon, because of which, in anger, Anaconda goes towards Jeff. To escape Anaconda's attack, Jeff disappears from his sight for a minute. To find him, Anaconda goes inside the ship where, in a compartment, Bailing and his companion were hiding. Anaconda could not see them, and he crawls over them and goes ahead. Liang was hiding in the control room of the ship with a gun. She sees the big Anaconda passing through the window of her room, while Anaconda, from the top of the roof, from the bathroom window, attacks his other two companions below. That kid comes to Liang to save his life. To catch him, Anaconda was also behind him. Liang runs away from here to save the kid, and in this whole mess, a lot of kerosene all falls here. Anaconda, in anger, was about to attack them from outside the window. A second companion from behind stucks a pot in the mouth of the Anaconda to get his face out of this pot. Anaconda had suffered badly on the roof of this ship. Anaconda had taken out his head by breaking the pot with great difficulty, while Jeff entered from behind and tied his mouth with a rope's noose. Before he could catch this crimson Anaconda, the ship's control room catches fire, and here it reaches the dynamite, i.e. their bombs, and a huge explosion is shown in this ship. To save their lives from this explosion, they all jump into the water, and Anaconda is killed in all this. Seeing the ship on fire, Bailing started crying. He was in tension that they would not be able to reach Thailand on time. In anger, his younger companion says to him, "Are you crazy? We were saved from such a big Anaconda. Our lives were saved. We are alive. Isn't this enough for you?" Here, Liang had understood that all this was happening because of Jeff. He had used their ship as a hostage. She says to Jeff, "If you hadn't done this, there wouldn't have been such a big threat to us." Jeff says in response, "Do you know what the price of that Anaconda is? If you had helped me catch it, we would all be millionaires today." Greedy Bailing, as soon as he heard the money, immediately turns to Jeff. He had forgotten to go to Thailand. He says to Jeff, "Tell me, what can we do to catch that Anaconda? How will we get the money? Where do we have to go? What do we have to do?" After hearing this, Jeff takes out his map, shows it to him, and says that if you help me, then through this map, I will take you to Thailand in 2 days. Bailing's both wishes were coming true. He was ready to go with him, but Jeff did not trust Bailing's other companions. Here, one of Bailing's companion was also unwell because a very dangerous insect bit her. She could have died from its poison. Seeing this, Jeff says to her, "I have a medicine that can cure this girl, but that medicine is up on my boat. If you want to cure her, then you will have to take me to my ship." Not wanting to, still these people are now ready to help Jeff. The boat was no longer with them. They were walking ahead. As they go ahead, Jeff tells them not to drink the water here. There are such insects in the water here that if it goes inside a person, they put such thirst in him that he drowns himself in this water and kills himself. Night falls. They stay in a cave where they had set fire, and Jeff, sitting on the side, was looking at the Anaconda on his map. Suddenly, the scenes go into flashback, and it comes to light that how that crimson Anaconda had come face to face with Jeff. That Anaconda was about to kill Jeff, but Jeff acted smart at that time and saved himself from the Anaconda's eyes by locking himself in that wooden container. After that, these people came. The dynamite of these people broke the remaining containers there, from which Jeff came out and met them. The scenes again shift to the present, where Jeff was looking at the map. Bailing comes to him and says, "You want to catch this Anaconda. Right? Jeff says, yes, this is a mutated anaconda, such an anaconda that you can even call the king of anacondas. It has hunted many big animals in the world. He even ate big anacondas, like himself. And if we catch it successfully, then our 7 generations will not need to work in greed. Baliang says, I am ready to help you. At night, all these people were sleeping. Suddenly, one of Baling's companion wakes up. He sees that big anacondas from all sides surrounded these people. Suddenly, his eyes opened and we found out that all this was his dream. There was no anaconda around him. He sees that his brother is not here. Afraid, he came out of this cave and saw that his brother was drowning himself badly in the river. He goes close, tries to wake up his brother, and sees that the same poisonous insects are coming out of his nose, about which Jeff had told him that these insects kill humans by making them thirsty. And in the presence of these insects, his brother is also killed. This boy cries a lot, but what could have happened? Now, the next morning, these people set out on their journey again. While walking, a path came in front of them from the jungle where there was no place to walk. In any case, they had to get into the river. They had to cross the river. No one was ready to get into the river because they had seen a lot of difficulties in the river, but they didn't have any other way. Fearing, these people get into the river, and suddenly a boy points towards the water because a big anaconda had surrounded them from all sides. Their companion, whose brother had died at night, he started reading something out of fear. But the one who is afraid, he dies. He didn't know that this anaconda's mouth was behind him. Suddenly, the anaconda grabs him and shakes him badly. Liang comes here to help him, but she can't do much because this anaconda had broken his bones. He suffocates him and kills him, and all these people stand and watch the drama. Anaconda disappears into the water with that man's dead body, and all these people, in order to save themselves, go ahead from there. After a while, all these people meet and reach Jeff's boat. As soon as they reach there, according to the story, Jeff gives them the medicine, which could have been used to treat one of Baling's companion. These people were very near to the land of Thailand. One of their companions says, "Let's get out of here quickly." But Jeff tells them, "It's not like that. I have brought you all here safe and sound according to the promise. But now, you will also have to fulfill your promise. You will have to help me." That little boy tells Jeff, if your help is related to that anaconda, then forget it. We are not going to help you. After hearing this, Jeff had already taken out the gun, and Baling also started showing them his knife because he too has now become Jeff's companion. He tells them, "Come on, do it quickly. Do what Jeff is saying." Liang says, "Are you all crazy? It is impossible to catch such a big anaconda." Jeff says, "Yes, you are right. But not completely. That anaconda can be caught while eating." As soon as he says this, Baling and Jeff hold their two companions by the rope and tie them on top of their net. The crying child, who was used as a bait for Crimson Anaconda, tells Baliang, "Why are you doing this? If we die, then think who will perform in your circus?" After hearing this, Baling started laughing like crazy, and he said, "What did you think? I am taking you to Thailand for this circus. Hey, crazy, I was taking you there so that I can sell your organs and earn a lot of money. But now see, I have changed my plan. Now I have met Jeff because I know that this anaconda can give me more money than you." Here on the other side, in order to trap the Crimson Anaconda, Jeff tied the two girls to the tree. After that, he started misbehaving with a girl. This girl was also smart. She didn't stop him, but trapped him in her web and took out a gun from his pocket, from which she turned back, and as soon as she shot Jeff, she was unlucky that the bullet didn't go, and now she was caught by Jeff. Before Jeff could kill her, her other companion Nolan comes from behind and stabs Jeff with her knife. Jeff pushes Liang far away from his side. At the other side, on getting opportunity, the other companion starting taking the gun from Jeff. Here, Liang, also without being weak, climbs on top of Jeff and tries to strangle him, and in this confusion, a shot is fired from the bullet. After the scene cut, we see the two people whom Jeff had kept as the prey. One of the bigger anaconda was coming towards them to eat them, and Bailing, standing far away, was watching the scene from there with his own eyes. Bailing was holding the rope of their net, but he didn't know that where he was watching the scene of other people's death, there was his death behind him. Another big anaconda was also watching him, and before Bailing knew about this, that anaconda suddenly attacks his head and takes him away from there. Here, the rope which he was holding also slips from him, and those two people's neck goes up, and because of the gap between anaconda and them, both of their lives are saved. Here, Jeff tries to kill the girl in anger, but this time Liang shows her bravery and from behind strikes Jeff on his head with a big piece of wood and makes him unconscious. On Jeff becoming unconscious, they come running to both of their companions, remove them from the net, and set them free. But their bad luck, Jeff regains consciousness. They were scared very badly, but luck favored them as a big anaconda comes and takes away Jeff from there. Trying to save their lives, they come toward Jeff's boat so that they can escape from there. But Liang's companion health had gone worse because she had got hit on her chest with Jeff's gun, and she dies in front of their eyes. Rest of the people come to the boat and tries to start it, but that boat was out of order. Suddenly, of their companions get shot from behind. That companion removes the bullet from his neck, and he notices it is a shotgun, which is for making a person unconscious. Somebody had made him unconscious, but it was none other than Jeff. It means he survived the attack of Anaconda, and he was still alive because he cut the head of Anaconda and killed it. Here, once again, Jeff ties all three of these people and set up as a bait to attract Crimson Anaconda, and on all four sides he places a sharp-pointed iron wire strings, after which he holds it and stands far away. On seeing these three people, many anacondas came there to attack them. These three people thought that now they will definitely die. They will not remain alive, but luck favors them again this time, and all anacondas go away from there after seeing somebody there. Here in reality, they had seen a very big anaconda and got scared and gone away from there. Now this big anaconda opening his mouth was ready to eat them. Before that anaconda could attack them, somebody else had attacked him, and this was Crimson Anaconda, whom Jeff was searching for. The size of the anaconda was 10 times bigger than other anacondas. Crimson Anaconda slowly clutches them around his body, and he was about to eat them. Jeff leaves the rope and gets it trapped in his net. Crimson Anaconda tries to free himself while in agony. He goes round and round, but when he does not get free, he puts the net in his mouth, tears it from one side, and goes away from there. In order to save his life, Crimson Anaconda runs away towards jungle. Jeff tried to trap him once again in his net, but he did not succeed. While trying to trap him, stupid Jeff gets himself trapped in a tree. Before he could get away from that tree, Crimson Anaconda clutches Jeff along with the bark of a tree. On seeing Anaconda, these three people get scared very badly. They could not do anything to save their lives, but that time small child uses his sense and tries to break that rope with his teeth. Somehow he was hoping that he will get saved. While trying to forcefully break that rope, he started bleeding from his mouth. Here, Jeff succeeds to get free from the clutches of Crimson Anaconda. Before he could run away, Crimson Anaconda traps him with his tail and brings him near and clutches him once again around his body, keeping his mouth. On his neck, he clutches him so tight that Jeff's bones started to break. After that, this crimson anaconda swallowed Jeff in his body. Here, these people managed to break the rope. After killing Jeff, he comes towards them to kill them. These people reach near one wooden container that child, in order to save his life, goes inside the container, and Anaconda had seen him. Now Anaconda goes after him in the wooden container, but the door of the container is closed from the other side. The child is trying speedily to break the door. Time is passing by. This Anaconda is moving towards child quickly. Before the Anaconda could swallow this child, his companions succeeded in opening the door of this container from the outside, and this child escapes from here. These people run and move on. They also knew that these people would not be able to escape, but here, fate supports them. They did not know that they were in the part of the jungle where Jeff had put a strong pointed wires. The head of this Anaconda is cut off by hitting the wire. They look back and see that Anaconda, and they do not believe that their life was saved. According to them, that Anaconda was dead. These people were happy, but they could not take any more risks. They could not put their lives in danger. They knew that there were many more Anacondas here. Sooner or later, these people save their lives and leave. And in the last scene of the story, we are shown that in reality, that Crimson Anaconda did not die. In fact, as Jeff had said earlier, it was a mutated anaconda. It had regenerated its cut head, it had made Guinea again, and now it is alive once again, showing it that the story ends here. If you like this explanation, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends.